Don't kill me yet. I'm too alive. Leave it to me. I want no more accidents like that dark chief.
Yes, he's my target. Mine.
Welcome to part 10 of the Metal Gear Solid playthrough.
What?
This is what heaven looks like.
We're halfway there, y'all.
We died. That's the end of the game.
I always knew that one day I would meet you. The man who stole what was rightly mine. The man who...
That's a lot of men. You're a woman in the fucking... What time does this take place in?
Time? The year's 2005.
I'm the man you stole.
Like, in-game.
Good from
Yeah.
2005?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, she still doesn't have rights.
sacrifice of our brother.
What?
After 30
What?
long-
I
What?
didn't say anything.
are
She's
you
about
talk-
to lose even more in a few years.
What are you talking about?
Well, she was saying that Snake stole what was rightfully hers, and I'm just like, yeah,
No,
he's a man and you're a woman.
No, that was Liquid saying that.
Oh, that was Liquid?
Yeah.
Well, then in that case, take back everything I said.
Hashtag what is a woman?
We needed to correct the genome soldiers.
Hashtag I can't
have
hear the
to know,
game.
I've never seen one in 10 years.
We still have to get our hands on Big Boss's DNA.
Have they given in to our demands yet?
Not yet.
They won't give in. They're all hypocrites, every one of them.
Is that your opinion as a Kurd?
They always put politics first.
That's right. That's why they want to avoid any leak about their precious new nuclear...
Oh, I just remembered I know one more thing about Metal Gear. I'm not going to give it away because I know that it's a spoiler to one
Okay.
of the games. Don't remember which one, but I know it's a spoiler to one of them.
It's most likely Solid 3, because I remember you saying all you know about this game from this franchise is from Solid 3.
It might be. I know that in one of them, there's a twist where you learn that either you or the person you're going up against are a clone of each other.
Really?
That's going to be revealed like in a couple minutes, actually.
Oh, that's in the first game?
Yeah.
Oh! I only know that because of a rap.
A rap?
Yeah. It was JT Music's, well, at the time they were JT Machinima. It was one of their very early raps. It was either the hero one or the villain one, where, like, Big Boss had a verse. Where he was like, I don't remember what the fucking lyrics were, but it was basically just him revealing that, like, you and I are the same, like, genetically.
Oh, well, yeah. That's kind of not a big spoiler. That's like, because, yeah. Why do you think Solid Snake and Liquid Snake have the same name, essentially? Yeah.
Well, I just thought that we were gonna meet Gas Snake later on, and that it was just gonna be they were just all named
It's
after the different
the
states.
trio. The trio of snakes. Yeah,
and then there's the snake that you don't hear that much about, even though once you're an adult, everyone's like, "We need this from you, Plasma Snake."
It it goes a bit deeper than just Solid and Liquid, but there is a reason why both of them are named Snake.
And the imposter is sus.
Exactly, but yeah, no, you're not spoiling anything because of that. In fact, the remake of this game is titled The Twin Snakes.
See you later, brother.
Yeah, this game, I heard a lot of people saying, oh, man, I hope the first Metal Gear Solid gets a remake. It already has a remake. It was made in 2002 for the GameCube.
Catch you later, handsome.
Once she picks a target, she doesn't think about anything else. Sometimes she even falls in love with them before she kills them. Finally, just the two of us.
Whoever did the cinematography for this game knew exactly what they were doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is some bed, all right. I'm about to show you some of its nicer features.
Where are my things?
Oh, don't worry. They're all there. Washington was taking quite a chance sending you here. Someone must have had a lot of faith in your skill, huh, carrier boy?
So, Metal Gear's armed with a new type of nuclear warhead, huh?
Why don't you go ask Campbell for the full story?
The Colonel?
By the way, you got an optical disc from President Baker, didn't you?
What if I did?
Is that the only disc? There's no other data?
What do you mean?
There's no copy? If not, that's fine.
Is Meryl okay?
She's not dead yet.
Oh man, I miss polygonal graphics only because you knew that you were playing a polygonal game when the abs had more definition than the face.
You're right, though.
Yeah,
That's just how they did their presentation then. I mean, like, why else do you think all the models here, like, whenever a character talks, their heads bop up and down? That's unrealistic as fuck. But the only reason is because of that, because lip animation wasn't a thing around this time.
it's like I think it was for like the Super
The
Nintendo.
graphics are too low quality. You probably wouldn't be able to tell it anyway.
Right.
Press the select button.
Right.
Submit.
Oh, speaking of like older graphics, so you guys know how like demakes are a thing, right?
Yeah.
Don't even think about
So Cameron, this demake might interest you, but someone went and made a demake of Fallout New Vegas for the N64.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting, actually.
But I've got some bad news for you.
Huh.
You're no POW. You're a hostage.
Yeah, demakes are an interesting thing.
No one is coming to see
Altogether.
They are.
Starting to feel a little scared.
I think someone made Halo 1 for the Atari.
Okay.
I love how they kept the bandana on him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no, take off his shirt, but leave the bandana on.
Leave the bandana.
That's
Yeah,
what's important.
it's funny.
Very important.
It's funny. In fact, there's an unlockable, the infinite ammo bandana. It's a New Game Plus thing. If you do well in the first run, you get rewarded with it. And so once you wear it, you never have to worry about running out of ammo. But yeah.
How in Resident Evil games, if you beat the game, you got like a bazooka.
Oh yeah, Infinite Rocket Launcher in Resident Evil 4. You get a lot of unlockables for New Game Plus in Resident Evil 4. Infinite Rocket Launcher, Chicago Typewriter, a laser cannon.
Finished yet.
Add a tofu mode to Resident Evil 4.
Oh, dude, if only. I hope the remake is good. I need an X series though.
Or a
yeah.
Series S, one or two.
Well, a Series X, because I have a bunch of disc games for the X1, and I'm not going to buy an X1.
And I'll tell you how good it is.
Okay.
That's enough for now, I think. You're the boss's brother.
Funny, we're just talking about our own stuff while Snake is getting tortured right now.
Yeah. So
Watching Solid Snake get
this entire
by-
this entire part is the torture sequence.
Not a total failure. He is the
So
one
there's
man
two
to make
segments
my
of it.
dreams into
There's the one right here. Then we're gonna have a break in a holding cell. Then we're gonna be back at it again by the end of the part. Yeah, the torture sequence thing is actually in depth. Ocelot was talking about it earlier. Yeah, you have to mash circle to restore your life. But if you hit select, you just submit, and that ends the entire torture sequence altogether. That determines if you either get the good ending or the bad ending. If you submit,
really?
yeah, if you submit, you get the bad ending. But if you survive both sequences, you get the good ending, which is what I do in this playthrough.
Cool.
Yeah. But if you die during the torture sequence and you didn't save beforehand, like Mei Ling asked you to, you have to do the entire game over again.
I caught a cold.
Or at least from what I think, at least wherever your last save point was. If it wasn't where Mailing asked you to beforehand. But yeah. But if you didn't save at all, you go back to the beginning of the game. Classic Sega Genesis. Exactly. But there's also another thing that Ocelot said. If you use auto fire, the game will...
He'll know.
Yeah, he'll know that, and he'll just kill you outright.
Yeah.
Like the
I'm pretty sure one of the videos you like sent in the Discord chat was talking about stuff where it was like where it's like, yeah, if you have auto fire, he'll basically just kill you. But I guess it's possible to if you can somehow mash fast enough, the game will think you're using auto fire and just kill you anyway. I'm like, yeah, that would be me playing.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah, same.
No, for real, Josh. He's like the button masher god.
Yeah, I would legit be the person to accidentally like trigger that sequence by mashing so fast.
Yeah, if you think you're good at button mashing, you've never met Josh.
Most of the time when Josh button mashes, you can hear his fucking controller.
Right.
Well, yeah, because I have the GameCube controller in front of me because I was setting up the Wii. Fucking. I think I have to turn off stuff in Discord to hear it because it's not going to show up through the mic.
I wouldn't be surprised if he has a few controllers where a few of his buttons are just caved in.
Ooh, wait, I got an idea. Hold on, I got an idea.
What?
He's gonna cave in one of his controllers now.
I have like a website where you like click to figure out like the BPM of a song. Maybe I can use this to figure out get an idea of how fast it is.
Oh, okay. But yeah, when we were doing the Mario Party 4 live stream and the mini games, we got one of the button mashing mini games. Josh just beat us by a mile.
That's why when I'm playing button mashing mini games with Mario Party against Josh, I just don't even bother to try.
Oh yeah, no. Austin gave up.
At that point, it's just like, what's the point of it?
Right. Austin gave up the second time we got one. And especially because he had the third-party controller that I just bought that morning. So we were like, okay, let's figure out if third-party controllers can button mash. They can't button mash.
Okay, so this website says 800 BPM.
Jeez.
Don't want the existence of the genome army to go public.
Or at least somewhere kind of roughly that. So if you know what that sounds like, that's basically how I can mash.
Yeah, that's wild.
But it's strange. He looks.
I mean, to be fair, I can't do it for very long, periods of time and stuff because I tire my arm out really fast. But still.
Yeah, that's why the Mario Party mini games, when they do prior button mashing, only last 15 seconds at most.
Yeah, they don't last very long.
Especially because you win.
I only need 10.
Detonation code? I'm afraid so. It looks like they've got both codes and are nearly ready to launch.
Going back to video game unlockables, what is your personal favorite unlockable that you get from beating a game?
You have to unlock it with 3 special card keys. And where are those keys?
Maybe the Plaga laser from Resident Evil 4.
I don't know where the other 2 are.
Because that's just an instant kill every enemy thing. And it's great.
Top priority now is to destroy
the Chicago typewriter along with Leon's mafia suit looking thing is pretty awesome as well.
To the communications tower. Also, what? I know it's asking a lot. Meryl, right? Yeah.
But what are your guys's?
Thanks.
Mine would probably have to be. It's not like an unlockable item, but for the first Spider-Man game on the Xbox, on the original Xbox, the one that's the video game tie-in to the Sam Raimi first Spider-Man movie. If you beat that game on the hardest difficulty, you will unlock Goblin Mode, where you then are able to play through the entire game again, but this time as the Green Goblin.
As Gobby.
It's you who's out, Gobby.
So now, instead of just knocking people out and webbing them up as Spider-Man, you are now able to kill them. You have 3 of Goblin's gadgets, which include the pumpkin bombs, bombs that, like, instead of exploding into explosions, they become those like little like sharp like gliding knife things. Don't remember the name of them.
Oh, shrapnel bomb.
Yeah, and his glider, which includes the miniguns that come on the glider. So you can literally just get on your glider and gun people down. But the Goblin mode, it's not just like a reskin where you're just now playing as Green Goblin. It includes new voice lines. They changed the story of the game to fit the Goblin. And yeah.
So you're the one putting the sleep gas on Spidey.
The story of Goblin mode plays kind of as like a sequel, where you're not playing as Norman Osborn, you're playing as Harry Osborn, who found a
pre-Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, who found a second Goblin suit and a second glider and is trying to avenge his father's death.
Spider-Man 3, take note.
But that's probably one of my favorite unlockables in the game.
That sounds pretty fun because there's actually like meat attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds
it
like
almost wasn't even in the game.
Oh yeah, if the game came out today, that would be a DLC campaign,
right? That you'd have to pay like $5
$5
at
to
the very
EA.
least.
Had enough yet? We're not finished yet.
See, that's why I like classic gaming so much. It's not bogged down by the corporate structure of how video gaming is nowadays with whole DLC campaigns and microtransactions.
What do you think is the most toxic modern video game? Like,
all of them.
Trait, I guess you could say.
The most toxic modern gaming trait.
Yeah.
Loot boxes.
Yeah, loot boxes, microtransactions are like the biggest one. For
me, it's the patch it later mentality.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, for me, it's basically let's release the game without finishing it, then we'll finish it in patches. See, it's not it's not patch fixes, it's patch finishes.
Nuclear weapons system. The Hind was just a down payment.
Yeah, no, I absolutely hate the patch it later mentality.
Yeah, I don't like that either. It's basically you're releasing an unfinished project, which will then get updated as the months go on. And think about it, because I honestly don't know if like video game scores get re-edited after those finishes come, but if they aren't,
I think they do.
They do?
I don't think they do.
Oh, they don't.
The general opinion obviously changes, and I think the kind of like how Rotten Tomatoes has both a audience score and a critic score.
Yeah.
I believe there are some video game like critic websites that have this similar kind of like setup. And so when it comes to games that have like that have done like the patch it later mentality, the critic score for the most part usually stays the same. It's the audience score that will fluctuate based on how the game continues to do. So it's not necessarily the critic opinion that changes, it's just the general opinion that does. A notable example of this is No Man's Sky. When No Man's Sky was released, it had terrible scores both with critics and with the consumer. But over time, since the game has released, the general opinion of the game has skyrocketed into a huge success.
Really?
That it basically fully redeemed the video game company that made it. Just because they were actually able to turn it into the game that they originally advertised.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that was my thing because I didn't know if like critics went back into the game scores after the game has been finished and just re-edited all that. But from what I'm hearing, you saying they're not the critically, but audience-wise they do. Because I'm pretty sure the audience windows for putting reviews in doesn't exactly close, but for critics they do close.
It's kind of similar with how like cult followings happens with like movies all the time. Just because like new audiences get like every year a new audience is getting introduced to like older stuff, and so their opinion can also affect how it's received.